Don't wait for me. Just go.
I'm live. Stop it. Hello. Welcome to the chaos. That is my life. With Dad.
What up?
And Russ.
I'm back again.
Gobble gobble. People.
I don't think
Can't get rid of me.
I don't think I'm capable of streaming without Russ being on. I think you can almost guarantee my Monday streams are going to have Russ on. Well, we have a lot in common, and we are able to talk about a lot of stuff on my channel, so it is really fun.
Yeah.
All right, so today we're going to be doing... Make sure your sound is off.
No, I'm going to put it up high just so, everybody can hear us.
Twice.
So,
today we're going to be talking about Marvel. Because if you know, Nerd Talk has been... we've been going over the Marvel movies in order of release recently. And we just watched Avengers, which has a lot of the characters in it. So I thought that would be a good point to start actually doing some more Marvel-themed things. Because it's harder when it's like the singular character movies, like just Iron Man and just Thor. But I love the group movies. The Avengers movies, specifically like Ultron and all that stuff. Those are my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
So let me take a drink and then I'll say hi to people in chat. Tim Pruitt was first. Then Mike. Rock and Robin, big Disney fan. Pearl Manhattan, hello. All right, Pearl won't be in chat, but she will be listening and watching.
She's listening. So hey, Pearl.
Hi, Pearl.
I just want Pam to do her comments and rhyme.
Yeah.
we need to get her to stream and rhyme.
Yeah. She's like sits and thinks for a little while. And a rhyme in her head. Alyssa, hello. Christine Hickman. And what's up, everyone? Everyone's just saying hi to each other. Yeah, so today we're going to be doing a Disney tag. And not a Disney tag, Marvel tag. Same thing. But
yeah.
It's really hard finding really good Marvel tags because they're really weird ones. But I think I found one that was okay. So the first one is, how were you introduced into the MCU universe? Like, I know Russ, I think the comics, and what about you?
MCU?
We'll go this way.
Let's say are we talking MCU or Marvel in general?
Marvel in general?
Marvel, yeah.
Marvel in general?
Let's say Marvel in general.
It's got to be the X-Men animated series.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Marvel isn't just the Avengers. I do also love the X-Men, so.
That was a good series. It was a Saturday mornings. That was actually a pretty good series.
Yeah. I have it on DVD, and then, now it's on Disney Plus. I love it.
You got Jubilee.
My favorite was Nightcrawler.
I liked Gambit.
Gambit.
See, I don't know this stuff.
Yeah, and Wolverine. I mean,
hi, Amy.
Yeah. I mean, all of it was good. The whole series was awesome.
So how did you get interested in
Watching
Avengers?
TV.
Well, Avengers specifically too. Just because the first Iron Man movie came out?
No, I don't think I actually seen much of him in the actual movie theater. I seen him mostly on TV or when they were on a pay-per-view, or not a pay-per-view, but one of the paid channels.
We didn't go to the movies a whole lot.
No. I do remember watching Incredible Hulk. Or actually the Hulk. I actually have Ang Lee's Hulk on DVD.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, it's an interesting movie, that's for sure.
So
Great let's see, probably same kind of thing was with the cartoons on TV. Like I remember like going to my grandma's house and we watched like Boomerang and stuff, the old cartoon shows, and like they had the Spider-Man and the old Spider-Man, the old
I think Spider-Man's probably
Iron Man, from the 70s.
He's talking Spider-Man
No.
with Firestar and Iceman. Back when I was a kid,
Yeah.
that was the comic to watch.
Yeah.
the Spidey sense and Firestar, Iceman. You just want one of those two.
Tis our dream.
Yeah, and the old Iron Man and versus the Mandarin and
Jeffrey Resendez
and all those and but I too also had a friend who he had comic books. He would get the comics, and then so whenever I'd go over to his house, we I'd sit and read the comics and look at them and and got into it kind of that way. I mean, now the movies and stuff probably. I mean, I was working at Toys R Us at the time when the movies started to come out, and so we got the toys in, and so a lot of the time I would see the toys first, and then go see the movie, and we'd have to set up like the displays and junk for that, and and then I'd go see the movies. So, but then I got the job with Disney, and I got to go see the movies for free, and so I'd go all the time. So,
hi, Super Fluffy Yeti, and Mom. Hi.
Hey.
Mom said that Tracy is old. He is old man.
Angela's here too.
I wasn't sure if it was Ange or not. I just saw that. It's her. So this is not gonna make any sense to you, Ange. And how did you get interested in did I space out when you were saying that?
Probably.
Okay. I spaced out for a minute. I am so sorry that happens sometimes. Times where we'll be on with iPhone, and I will just I will just space out, and I'm like, I really hope no one's talking to me right now because I can't hear a thing. Batman, right?
Yeah. Actually, I got into the DC characters before I got into the Marvel characters, but yeah.
Well, I remember back when I was a young lad,
Don't say that again.
A young lad of 5 years ago. I remember the first Batman movie with Michael Keaton because that was 5 years ago, right?
Yeah.
I'm on the mouse. Hello. So the next question. Oh wait, how did I get into it? You made me watch it. most people my age who watch this stuff, 99% sure it's their parents that are introducing them to it.
It was 11 years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
When it started, so you were all the ripe age of
how old am I now?
7.
Yeah.
So and that was last year, so you got to figure she was 6 when the first movie came out.
So, yeah, I mean, everyone my age, it is most likely that you were introduced to Marvel, DC, that kind of stuff because of your parents or a family member who made me watch it, And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I watched Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, all because of him.
Yeah.
He got me into it. She was just a little baby. Yeah, sure. So the next question, what is your favorite Marvel film out of all of them? I mean, you can include X-Men. I haven't watched X-Men in a very, very long time. So I'm more of an Avengers person, but
out of all the DC out of all the Marvel movies, including that's gotta be tough.
Yeah, it is hard.
I have to say I do even though it doesn't get a lot of good reviews, I would say I think Ultron's probably one of my favorite. No.
Nope.
Yeah, no, Ultron. No, because then next would be Ragnarok.
Oh, Jeff's in the chat now too. How do I know? Yeah, I think mine is either Ultron or Thor Ragnarok. Because Ragnarok was just such a good movie. I feel like everyone kind of agrees that is the best Thor movie.
Well, come on. The first
the other ones aren't very good. But
Shakespearean, and the second one, it just.
I really love Thor Ragnarok.
I really think that they miscast. That not only did they miscast, they just did a bad enemy. You know, the bad guy in
Yeah.
Thor 2. And what a waste of talent. I mean, you have, you know, one of the doctors as your evil villain, and they just wasted him. I mean, I think they did a better job in Cobra with Cobra as far as an enemy with him, and then they did. I mean, he played Destro in Rise of Cobra, if nobody knows.
So Mom said Black Panther.
Whatever.
I think what I really love about
She wasn't
Thor
supposed to chat.
Ragnarok.
Her and Angela was jinxed.
I personally, one of the reasons I love Thor Ragnarok is that's kind of, there's so much humor in that one. Like, if Angela doesn't laugh during Ragnarok, I'm done with nerd time.
No, you won't be done with nerd time, Jeff. We'd have to kick Ange out.
Ange's out if she doesn't laugh during Ragnarok.
Yeah.
That movie is like stuffed full of humor. And it is, I mean, the visuals of it are nice too.
Yeah.
The inclusion of the Hulk.
It's like watching an 80s movie too. So I mean, you know, just very bright and colorful and
well, I wasn't born in the 80s yet.
One of my favorite things about it is that it isn't just a Thor movie though, because you also have Bruce Banner in it. And I feel like it probably would be much less interesting if it was just Thor.
Yeah.
You know?
What we got.
Again, Hulk kind of makes that movie. So yeah.
Yeah, he's hilarious. And I mean, I don't really care about spoilers much. I mean, Ange will probably forget it in 2 seconds after I spoil something. So
well, congratulations and happy birthday coming up there, big Disney fan.
Todd B, I want cupcakes. They made really good cupcakes yesterday.
You made a loaf. It wasn't even a cupcake. That was like a loaf. It was a cupcake loaf.
I made mini cakes.
I'd have to eat the heck out of those things.
So let's see. My favorite one, I guess. I mean, Thor Ragnarok is probably one of my favorites. But I would say that Infinity War and Endgame are probably, you know, kind of the ultimate movies because you know you're bringing everybody together.
Yeah,
which is cool.
I think for me personally, in those movies, when you do see everyone, it's intense.
Oh yeah. I mean, the ending especially is just, you know, or you know the fight ending. You know, there's multiple endings, but but I mean, and then I'm a huge Black Panther fan as well. I could tell. But yeah, Thor Ragnarok is probably my favorite of all of them. So because it's just the most fun.
And I love the music that they do in it, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And I really enjoy. I'm trying to think. I mean, one of my favorite things about Thor Ragnarok is the constant back and forth with Loki.
Yeah. Well, and all like the entire script was basically ad-libbed. I mean, so
yeah, that's
it's just awesome.
There's so much ad-libbing.
Well, I think that
Marvel
comes down to
the
director.
Yeah.
The director himself let him go. Let that, like, coming from an independent film background, he wasn't used to that money, wasn't used to that, and it worked out really well.
That's his style. Taika Waititi. I mean, that's his style. So yeah, and he's a comedian himself. So yeah, it's, you know, it was going to be funny.
Yeah, I really love movies that are revealed to be like crazy ad-libbed.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
What are we doing? Open up your chat.
Okay. But I really love movies that later on reveal that a lot of it has been ad-libbing, because it shows how much those characters are in tune.
Yeah.
With their those actors are in tune with their characters.
Well, I mean, in Iron Man was kind of the same way. A lot of the Iron Man movies, they were, you know, Robert Downey Jr. was given kind of free reign as to his lines, you know, and things. In fact, I read about for the Avengers. I think there's a couple scenes like where he's in his workshop or standing there on the ship, on the helicarrier, and he's like eating something or eating a sandwich or snacking, and that was because he would hide food on the set.
Right. Well,
yeah, I love that.
And just eat.
Blueberries in Avengers, like that's one of the most known things about.
Well, he also ad-libbed the shawarma.
Yeah,
and
that
that's
was
what
ad-lib. Yeah.
I mean,
so late.
The good thing is they got some good actors with good comedic chops.
Yeah,
that helped out a lot. But like, I like Ultron because I thought Ultron was a good bad guy.
Oh yeah, totally.
You know, they definitely did a very good job with Ultron. You get Red Skeleton. You get Red.
What?
James Spader. He play. I mean, if you watch his TV show, The Blacklist, that voice and the demeanor that he used for that show, and he brought it over to Age of Ultron was excellent.
Yeah, I really love Ultron also because of the introduction of you getting lots of notifications, huh, Russ? Yeah. My favorite funny MCU movie is Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I really like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I thought they were Peter Quill just isn't. I don't know. I know a lot of people like Quill. He is a funny character. I'm just not personally a huge fan of him. I think my favorite character out of the entirety of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies are probably either Drax or Rocket. Like those two characters.
Who did James Spader play? He played the voice and the motion capture for Ultron. James Spader. Excellent. I just thought it was cool.
Yeah, but I also really like Ultron because of the introduction of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. I really love those characters. I love you can put that away. Yes, you can. Yeah. So I really enjoy I will always really, really love Ragnarok. So so the next question is, what is your favorite Marvel character?
Well, we kind of did this all together, all around.
Mm-hmm.
This is a tough one because there's so many good ones.
Are you gonna go? Are you asking out of the movies or all together, or like Marvel all over? Or both?
I thought there was a question about comics on here, but there are not. So you can do.
I'll just say both.
Out of all of them?
Well, I was going to say out of the movies and out of anything.
Yeah. So what's your favorite out of the movies? Because you don't read the comics.
Well, I've seen the comics. Yeah. I know of the comics.
Well, Russ is a very avid comic.
Yes. I would have to say my favorite one so far has got to be, for all the movies and all of the stories.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can go like...
It's got to be Cap.
Really?
Yeah. Cap's awesome.
Yeah, I would agree with Captain America. He's probably one of mine. Of the movies, he is my favorite character.
Yeah. And?
Well, I was going to say, out of all Marvel characters ever made,
as
far as comics go, my favorite comic book to read is Silver Surfer.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of that one.
Just because
it's cool. They did a bad job with him on Fantastic.
Oh, terrible. And I hope that they come back and make a new one now that they own, because Fox owns the rights to those. So
there was some rumor scuttlebutt that the X-Men are coming out and Fantastic Four. I've heard that John Krasinski is supposed to might be cast for Mr. Fantastic, which I think that'll work out really well.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Silver Surfer. I mean, he's also in the X-Men cartoon. In the series. In a couple episodes where they have to fight Ultron, or not Ultron. Shoot, I forgot his name now. Galactus. And
I would love to see them bring in Galactus as a enemy.
Yeah,
that's a huge enemy.
Which actually
that's a tough enemy to
I'm
fight.
wondering if they could use him as a villain in some of the later Avengers movies. Because he's such a big villain. But I don't know.
I think you're going to have to set up the Marvel Universe like you did with.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. If they bring in Fantastic Four, if they bring in the X-Men, then that could also bring in, Mac. They could also bring him in. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, here's what I think they should do. Just like they did with the 11 years ago or 12 years ago. Now, when you're looking at it, you got to start off small again. It's almost they had this big explosion and they finished it off and they just.
You can't go big explosion again. So you can't have another Thanos away.
You got to start small like you did with Iron Man.
Which I think they will do. I think they will slowly introduce a new large villain who is in the background, and like I say, I think that's where they could bring in, the Fantastic Four, because they're in space, because I mean, obviously they're going to come from space, and we've got Captain Marvel who's going to come in back again with her second movie with the Kree, and there's more storyline with the Kree. There's which also tie into the X-Men, and so there's lots and lots of tie-ins that they can use. And again, the Avengers, you can put any characters you want in the Avengers because that's who they are. You have to have your core people, but everybody else is an Avenger. I mean, that's just who you are. So
I'm not paying attention.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm not looking at
it. If they start out small and they come back and they say, "Hey, listen, let's build it," because if they come back thinking that they're going to get another. If they're going to come back and think they're going to get another Endgame or Infinity War,
they have to start small again, like you said.
They're going to end up like DC.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe don't go like as small as like Whiplash, but I don't know. Red Skull was a good villain. I wasn't sure about Red Skull because I hadn't seen Captain America before. I'd never seen that movie, but after watching it, I think Red Skull was a very good villain.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, too, if they bring in Fantastic Four, then you got Doctor Doom.
Ooh, that's going to be a good villain.
So
I think bringing in Doctor Doom and I actually like the actor who played Doctor Doom in the Fantastic Four movies. I just again they mistreated the whole story.
Oh yeah.
I think they could have done a lot better. And I'm happy that they could bring back John Krasinski. If they bring him as a Mr. Fantastic.
I would love John Krasinski in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah. And someone said they might actually bring in someone like if they bring in like The Rock or somebody for the Thing, but they got to do a better job on the Thing. I thought the last Thing had better.
I don't want The Rock.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
He's already supposed to play Black Adam in the DC series.
Yeah.
I don't want The Rock.
I don't think he's gonna flip over.
I don't want him.
My favorite character. Are you done?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Your stream.
Yeah. Respectful. I think mine is really hard because there are so many characters that I very deeply love. I happen to be a big fan of villains, so Loki is obviously very high up on my list. I think everybody knows that. Because I think I'm very open when I have my favorites.
Yeah.
Like, what movies are my favorites and what characters are my favorites, because I talk about them all the time and I can't stop talking. So, I Loki is really high up on my list. Bucky is also up there.
Yeah. But he's not a bad guy anymore, so.
No, and I really liked his story. I
Yeah.
always thought his story was very unique, and it
Yeah.
was very. I mean, all of their stories are very unique. They're not very cliche in the Marvel universe. They're really good at creating really interesting backstories. So Bucky's story has always been one of my favorites, especially with Winter Soldier. I mean, I don't even remember that movie in the full because it's been so long since I've watched it, but Winter Soldier was a very good movie. You good? So, Jeff said Squirrel Girl is pretty powerful.
Yep, she is. She actually beats Thanos. In the comics.
It'd be interesting how they bring stuff in. And I mean, they have so many more.
You just interrupted my talking about my favorite character.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I
Well,
apologize.
he was coming in the door when you were talking about it. So yeah.
Yeah, I know. But I was talking about my favorite characters, and we all know Loki's really high up there. And Bucky. The Hulk. I mean, I think I like the simplicity of that character because, like, you kind of, like, you know what his deal is.
Yeah.
A little confusing sometimes. I mean, especially him in Thor Ragnarok, that's a little, like, I mean, when you see that he's been...
I'll explain that when we get there to the in our nerd talk. But
it's an interesting way that they use the Hulk.
Yeah.
Better than.
Yeah, and I love that fight scene in Thor Ragnarok. It's just everything about Thor Ragnarok is just such a good movie. Apparently Abby is putting in her 2 cents. I would love to hear her 2 cents. I am just amazed that Sebastian Stan has no trace of a European accent. Yeah, some of those actors are really good at having accents. Like, they are crazy
Well,
good.
I mean, they're actors, so they take voice lessons.
I mean, I used to watch The Walking Dead, and half of those actors are from England. Like, and they have Southern accents. It's crazy.
Well, think about it. When I watched Band of Brothers, and I loved Band of Brothers, and I had no idea that the lead guy who played who played Major Winters was from England.
Yeah, like, I didn't know half of those actors are from. All right, apparently Abby's gonna jump in and chat. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, don't forget about Peter Parker. I do enjoy Spider-Man. I want to see that evolve. I want to see that story. I actually haven't seen the most recent one, though. I haven't seen that Spider-Man movie. So I will eventually watch that when we get there. Or maybe I'll watch it before. Who knows?
Well, it is part of the MCU now.
I know, yeah. So I have to watch the most recent Spider-Man movie. What was that one? Far From Home?
Yeah, Far From Home.
Yeah,
you know,
I
didn't think that was as good as it could have been either.
When did you see it?
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
When did you watch it?
But it wasn't like great.
Well, I think it was a filler movie to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just like
it was a filler movie, and where they're gonna continue to use Mysterio. So
yeah, I've seen very small clips because remember I worked in a movie theater. I was working when that came out. Cleaning.
Abby's in the house.
I've seen a very few scenes in that, and just watching it with those very few scenes in my brain, nothing makes sense.
Yeah.
But hi Abby.
Hey Abby.
I like Peter Parker, but my top 3 are Loki, Bucky, and Hulk.
Yeah.
Banner. Those are my top 3.
Yeah, Hulk is my second favorite. So
did you say what your favorite character was? You said Cap. Yeah.
Cap.
Yep. Cap.
Both of you said Cap. Mm-hmm. So the next question. If you were transported into the MCU and had to trade place with one of the superheroes, who would you choose? Like, maybe not have the same backstory?
No.
Or would you have to have that backstory?
No, you would have to trade places. So
okay. I'm focusing on it more for power stuff, like their superpowers. And for that, I would probably go Wanda, Scarlet Witch. I love Scarlet Witch. I think she's amazing.
She's got lots of issues, though.
She does, but she is so powerful.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Hawkeye.
Hawkeye? Yeah.
Because he's
So-
just the average dude, man, and he's just getting it
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Except he did go off the rails there in Endgame, but
His whole family, man. His whole family. But I love Scarlet Witch, so that's who I would trade with. She's got trauma, but I mean, literally all of those characters have like crazy trauma.
I'm not gonna pick Quicksilver. He's dead already.
I know. See, I would say don't spoil, but Angie's gonna remember that tomorrow.
No.
Russ, who would you trade with?
Probably Captain America.
That is true.
I think. I mean, again, he is my favorite character, and just between his morals and his, we have a lot of similarities there. We've got, that kind of a don't give up type attitude, and and
I can do this all day.
Yeah,
exactly. That's that's what I kind of live by now. I could do this all day. So, I think that, and then two, even though he's got those superpowers, and he's super strong, and he can do all the things he can do, he is just so very humble about it, and he's, he's going to go out of his way to help you, and so I see a lot of that. So
yeah. So next question is, what are some of your favorite quotes from the films? Puny God.
Puny God.
I just find that one hilarious.
Yeah.
Ben,
Well, we just said the one from Captain America that I could do this all day.
Yeah.
For me.
Ben, friend.
The dost thou know it's your mother, or your mother's? Are you wearing your mother's drapes?
I love honestly anything.
Anything Tony Stark says.
Anything Tony says, he has he's got a way about him. He's very sarcastic.
Yeah.
And I love the sarcasm that he has.
Like Jeff just said, Scarlet Witch is very powerful. Scarlet Witch and Captain Marvel are probably your two strongest characters in the current MCU. Because they both have their powers given to them by the Infinity Stone. So they are definitely going to be your two most powerful superheroes coming forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stacy.
Hello, Michael.
Mike. Hello.
Mike Wheeler. Show Mike your fingers. Oh, that's right. I did that. I did that. I'm like, look, my fingers are all perfect. Mike. And he was like,
mine aren't as bad as yours, but they do kind of hurt. So.
You didn't break them, did you?
No.
All right.
Well, you're better than Dad.
Not this time. I've broken them. I've broken every one of my fingers at some point.
I've never broken a single bone in my body. Knocking on wood.
That's good.
Don't break your finger knocking on wood.
I almost broke a finger, but it did not happen. So
yeah.
Tina's back from chasing a turkey out of her driveway.
I love you, Tina. You are amazing. I think one of my favorite quotes, I can't think of them like off the top of my head. When I do this movie journal thing with Marvel, with the Avengers and stuff like that, it'll I'll have like the quotes.
I mean, there's I'm always angry.
Yep.
Puny God. That's just from the one that we just watched.
The one thing that I really love is that not all of the best quotes are the ones that are like the meaningful quotes. It's the funny ones.
Yeah.
Sun's getting low, big guy.
Sun's getting low. Yeah. Anything the Hulk says most of the time, he's just very funny.
I was gonna say he's a man of few words anyway, but
yeah. And then one of the things that he does say are very funny.
Well, and Mark Ruffalo also brings some humor to that character, so it's it's good too. I mean, we were talking about yesterday, the scene in Avengers where they're they're telling Bruce, don't you think you ought to hulk up now and get angry? And he turns around and I'm always angry, and then he turns around, bam, and it's just so cool,
I think if Edward Norton had continued to play him, it wouldn't have been the same Hulk character.
No, definitely not.
I think he would have had a little bit more seriousness to the character itself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
definitely. It's. I mean, it worked out well because, and then too, he and Robert Downey Jr. just play off each other so well, and work together really well.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking. Of course, we hadn't got to these movies yet, but Ant-Man is hilarious.
We haven't even mentioned Ant-Man at all.
See, here's the thing is, and I like the way that they treated the Ant-Man. They didn't bring in the original Ant-Man. They brought in the next generation Ant-Man, which happens in the comic. They brought in the second generation. It works.
Yeah,
it works for them because here you got a guy who
Hi, Danny.
who's in the superhero mode, but really stumbled into it. He didn't.
See, here's the thing. I have never seen Ant-Man. I have seen Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Paul Rudd's cool.
I love
Paul Rudd. Yeah,
that man doesn't age.
No, he has looked the same since he was in Clueless?
Yeah.
He's looked the same since Clueless. Like, I don't get it, but I love Paul Rudd. I mean, I first saw Paul Rudd in Friends. That's how I was introduced to him. But I think he's an amazing actor, and he is very funny. I mean, a lot of these actors are very humorous. They're very funny.
I can't believe it either, Abby.
Yeah, I just never got around to seeing that. And I saw Ant-Man and the Wasp. I saw it in theaters.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch that with you and Angie.
Yeah,
it's funny. It's got a lot of good humor in it.
Yeah,
so.
And I mean that end credit scene for Ant-Man and the Wasp. You know that one?
Where they're all
because he gets stuck inside,
right.
And they drift away. And when I saw that in theaters, I'm sitting there with the person I'm watching it with, and then a few seats behind us is like a group of girls who have clearly never seen a single Marvel movie in their lives. And because they're asking questions the entire time.
Hi, Candy Mom.
Hi. Like they're asking questions about literally everything, like who's this person? Who's that person? What's going on? What's going on? And I'm like, oh my God, be quiet. You're in a movie. But there was a little kid that was sitting a little far in front of us. So the end credit scene happens, and all these kids behind us are like, what just happened? What just happened? And this little kid is going, Thanos! Thanos! And it was the funniest thing because he was so excited about the fact that like that happened. But of Ant-Man movies, the Ant-Man and the Wasp, I thought that was a great movie. Tim Pruitt, I haven't been on Disney Plus in the past few days.
I watched.
Yeah, I've used it.
Personally been on.
I've been using it. I think we just.
You've been watching the Mandalorian.
I've been
series.
watching Mandalorian behind the scenes stuff, and I haven't had any problems.
Yeah, I haven't had any trouble.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, most of the quotes that are good from Marvel are.
Oh, that's right.
What?
Your quotes. You're still.
Yeah, we're still on quotes. Most of the quotes from Marvel are just very funny because they give so much creative license to these actors. So they kind of make their characters the way they are. So the next question.
There's two more.
Which crew would you rather be a part of? Avengers or Guardians of the Galaxy? Because Avengers, you're staying on Earth.
I'm gonna have to go with the Avengers because I know I'd die in space.
Guardians of the Galaxy, you're in all these different.
Next thing you know, I'm done.
Guardians of the Galaxy, you're up in space and you're going all these different planets.
It's true, but again, you'd have to get.
I would probably.
Yeah, but most of those planets they go to are like crap.
Yeah, they're not good. I would probably go Avengers as well.
Yeah, I'm going Avengers. I mean, I like the Guardians, but of course, too, then you're stuck in the ship all the time.
Yeah.
With all of those people.
like I've said before, Quill isn't my favorite.
Yeah.
He really frustrates me. And
why?
I don't know. His character frustrates me for some
reason.
reason.
I mean, he is a frustrating character.
He's very stubborn.
Yeah.
You can argue that so is Tony Stark and all these other characters, but it's just something about Star-Lord. It's just I mean, there are some really good moments in the movies, but
to me, Star-Lord is the lucky bandit, type dude. He's a cowboy.
He's also
And
eternal.
Yeah.
Well, true.
Not
But
100.
I mean, he's a cowboy, and I mean, he gets he gets by by the skin of his teeth every time, but he gets arrogant about it.
Yeah.
He's that's the
And
thing.
that's the thing that bugs me is how arrogant he gets.
Yeah.
Especially in
But
Guardians of the
Then
Galaxy
again,
2.
that's his character.
It is. It's part of his character, and
It wasn't part of his character. It's just
like I say, he's the leader that nobody follows.
yeah.
So
The leader of that is Gamora.
Well, used to be Gamora.
We don't talk about it.
Listen,
We don't talk
it doesn't
about
make a
it.
difference. Angela could watch it. She could watch us right now and totally forget by the time.
yeah, she won't know
Still,
what we're talking about.
it's not even about her. I'm just like very sad. I liked Gamora. But Rocket and Groot are my favorite from that. I think it is one of the best things that came out of Guardians of the Galaxy. Mark. Yeah.
You're right, Jeff. Star-Lord does have great taste in music.
Yes. But
got it from his mom.
I think Groot is the best thing that came out of Avengers market-wise. Like,
Oh yeah. And it's the easiest role Vin Diesel's ever played.
I mean, I love Groot though. I love that character throughout. I mean, him in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I think I like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 much more than I like the original Guardians of the Galaxy movie. That's me personally. I thought Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was awesome. But I loved that beginning fight with Baby Groot just kind of being there dancing while they're fighting. Thought that was cute.
Yeah.
So the next question is, what is your favorite and what is your least favorite villain?
I already know mine. My favorite villain is Ultron. Because believe it or not, I don't think Ultron's over. I think Ultron's still around. And I think they hinted to that in Homecoming. Spider-Man Homecoming. I think they hinted to.
Oh, Jeff's quote. That's perfect. If we're gonna get out of here, I'm gonna need that guy's leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you are rhyming.
She is. She's rhyming.
But my least favorite is the Dark Elves. I think that was a wasted.
What one's that one from?
Thor 2, The Dark World.
See, I haven't watched Dark World, or if I have, I've blocked it out of my memory, so I have no clue. I think my least favorite at this point, after recently watching movies, is Whiplash.
Yeah, but
I wasn't a fan of that character.
I have to say, I mean, Whiplash at least had a little bit of a backstory to go on.
I don't know. I just feel like he was taken down too easily.
So when I come out to it and you look at Thor: The Dark World, once you see it, you're going to realize that they just did it's not just the villain and the bad work on that villain. It's just a bad backstory for villainy. You
need to have a good backstory if you're going to make a good
revenge
villain.
story, but it's not good.
I think the only character that I sorry. What was I gonna say? I completely lost it.
Your favorite villain would be.
We know it's Loki. But my least favorite
of what you've seen so far.
Yeah. Loki is considered a villain, although he does flip-flop a lot, and I don't think he's
Loki's his own man. Loki is
chaotic neutral. That is what he is.
Loki does what he wants to do when he wants to do it. It doesn't matter what happens otherwise.
Agrees with me. Other than the Loki, she's a Loki fan. I'm an Ultron fan.
I also love Ultron. I think Ultron is one of the best villains they've ever had because of how, if you can watch a movie and say, how are they going to get out of this? How are they possibly going to defeat this? If you question that, it's a good villain.
Yeah.
Because you can watch something like Iron Man 2, or you can watch something like
I even think when you watch when we watch the next Iron Man movie, he was going to get defeated.
If you can watch what?
The guy who plays the enemy in Iron Man 3,
Yeah.
you know from the beginning it's going to be defeated.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
and even in the Avengers, you know, watching this entire fight go down with Loki, you know that they're like it doesn't look menacing enough where it's like
Angela's showing her ignorance again.
I like the Joker too, but that's a different story. But I think, you know, you watch the Avengers and you're like, oh, this is easy for them. This is going to be an easy fight. It was an easy fight.
Yeah.
But, you know, you look at villains like Ultron.
Well,
and Thanos.
It was an easy fight once they figured out how to come together.
Yeah. But, like, you look at, you know, villains like Ultron and Thanos, and you think to yourself, how are they going to get out of this? Like, how are they possibly going to do it? And obviously, you know it's going to happen eventually. But I mean,
you didn't at the end of Infinity War. You had no idea what was going to happen.
But you know, ultimately, when you're watching all these movies, obviously you know the heroes have to win.
Well, right.
If not, then there's no further movies.
Yeah.
So when you looked at Infinity War, even at the end of Infinity War, was it sad? Yeah, but you know what?
But
you
I think
knew the next movie.
Well, yeah, you knew they were going to win eventually.
It's like watching Tolkien. You know that they're going to get rid of the ring.
But
I mean, that's just.
Real, but if this was real,
the Titanic is going to sink regardless.
Yeah. But that's what the point of movies are. If you look at it from a universe standpoint,
it's the storytelling.
It's if you look at it as if you are in the story, you can't look at it like you're a viewer. You have to look at it like you're in that story. If you were in that situation, how are they going to do this?
Yeah.
Because you can't think to yourself, good guys are always going to win. Because if you think of it like that, what is the point of watching the movies?
Yeah.
So
it's all about the story.
It is about the story, and it's about the way that they get there.
Fantasmic, you know, Mickey's going to win at the end.
Exactly. But that's what I liked about Infinity War was that they didn't win at the end of that movie. That's why I enjoy that movie. It's like, obviously, it's, you know, you're going to cry at the end of it. I did. I remember crying.
What?
Tracy held it in.
With a camera that's facing both of us. Been caught. But there are a lot of if you are an emotional person like me, I'm a very emotional and sensitive person, and I acknowledge that, and I'll accept that. I cry at almost every movie.
How could you do, my kid? We look exactly like.
Yeah, exactly. Man, it's a movie that you're obviously going to be upset at. Like, basically half of your favorite characters die.
Well,
like,
you knew there was another movie coming out.
But you can't look at it like that.
Oh, that's the way. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Then I won't talk with you about.
I mean, I remember going to see Infinity War, and at the end of the movie, it was just dead silent.
Yeah, that's what it was for us.
I understand.
You know, because everybody was emotional. It was just such an emotional ending.
I didn't cry until Groot, but that that is also the thing, Mom, is we didn't know who was coming back. That's the important thing.
Right.
And it was very heartbreaking because it's not just, you know, you're seeing these characters die, but you're seeing these characters watch their friends die.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, you know, you got Vision and Wanda.
Yep.
You know, there's that story. And then you've got Spider-Man who's like pleading with Tony.
Yeah.
Please, you know, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And it's like, God.
Yeah, even the smaller ones, Bucky with Steve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Groot with Rocket.
And the feeling that when Cap says, you know, he feels he's defeated.
Yeah.
And you know, you never see Cap defeated.
And that's the first time he's been defeated.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why it's so intense and insane because
I like the journey.
But, oh yeah,
you know.
Well, I mean, I've read the book, so I mean, I already knew what the ending was, you know, or somewhat what the ending was going to be, you know, and so I knew the storyline. It's just, but that's why
we didn't know how it was going to come out.
I mean, that was how.
Not in the movie, but I obviously knew that Thanos was not going to win. You know?
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, there are some characters that never come back.
Yep.
Big sad time for me because I'm my favorite character. But I mean, Gamora, that's the Gamora you see at the end of Endgame is a totally different Gamora.
Yeah.
She's the same face, same characteristics, but she doesn't have the same memories with Quill. So
hi, Mike Polito.
Hi. It's just very, I feel like it's hard to explain, but Endgame is a really good movie.
What's next on your tag? We really got off.
Well, I was gonna say we hadn't even answered. I didn't even get to answer the last question yet.
Yeah. No, he hasn't even.
What did you answer it? What?
No.
You didn't?
You cut him off. No. Going off on a tangent.
I'm sorry.
Question. We got to talk about
your most favorite and least favorite.
Okay.
My
villain.
My favorite villain is probably Hela from Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, she some butt, didn't she?
I mean, she kills Odin. Well, kills Odin. You know. I mean, you know, but again, it's the story. It's the turning point for Asgard, and so you know, from there on, now we're going out into space. So,
Tina's like, I'm beginning to think I don't want to watch these movies. Don't do that. Then Ange isn't going to want to watch them. We're going to watch them.
And then probably my least favorite, and you touched on this a little bit, Tracy, is Mandarin from Iron Man 3.
Yeah, I mean,
and which is why Iron Man 3 is my least favorite movie of all of them. They totally botched the Mandarin. Totally.
Yes.
Totally botched it.
They're trying to save it with some end credit scenes here and there.
I mean, I loved the fact that they had, you know, Ben Kingsley play the Mandarin. You know, he was so menacing, but then when they switched it and flipped it and made him an actor, and I mean, I'm giving spoilers away, but who cares? And made him an actor, I was furious.
You know, they were playing him very good, man. Like he was. I would have to say, I mean, he's my second least favorite. You know, the whole AIM project and all that stuff. I think it was a little, but like I said, Iron Man 4 is not my favorite either. I think Iron Man. Did I say Iron Man 4?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's not a.
I know.
Movie.
Sorry, Candy Mom, but it's been out a while, so it's your fault for not watching it.
I'm sorry, I zoned out.
I didn't spoil everything. You can still watch it.
What movie?
Iron Man 3 that we're getting ready to watch next time.
So Iron Man 3,
that's been out a while.
Iron Man 3 and Thor 2, probably my least of the.
Yeah, same here.
Movies.
Same here.
I don't think they got the good treatment. I think Iron Man 3 was a money grab, personally. Yeah.
I think, Iron Man 3, again, they were trying, and we'll get into it next weekend.
Yeah, next week.
Yeah.
So, what's next on your tag?
Next question.
Next question.
What problem? The next question is, what is your unpopular Marvel opinion?
What?
Something like, if your opinion that if you said it out loud, people would probably be mad about it. Like someone saying that Captain America is like the worst superhero ever.
I would never say that, though.
I know, but I'm saying like that is an unpopular opinion.
Very unpopular opinion. But I mean, there's really.
Everything he says. Russ is trying to think of one too.
Yeah, this is a hard one.
I think I have an unpopular opinion.
There is, I mean, other.
Because I think people in the Marvel universe are very respectful of people.
Well, I don't think it's that. Is our opinions like you ask if you take a poll, no one's saying that Thor
Dark World is the best movie
Dark
ever.
World or Iron Man 3 ranks up as good as Ragnarok or even the first Avenger or Winter Soldier. It's just not going to happen. So most of us agree with that. Just like, granted, we could have that discussion about Star Wars. My personal favorite's Empire. A lot of people like, and a lot of the majority of Star Wars fans truly believe that Empire is the best Star Wars movie.
What if I like Phantom Menace? Do I get banned from the house?
Oh, you still gotta go.
I like Qui-Gon. That's why. That's the only reason.
Got to go.
I like Qui-Gon.
So I guess I've got kind of one. So I did say I like Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
And to a lot of people, Black Panther is the favorite movie.
That is true.
I think it is a very good movie.
But and again, this is my unpopular opinion. I don't think that they should have given Wakanda as much power as they did, because in the comics, and again, this is going with the comics, Wakanda stays very, very hidden, and you never know where Wakanda is. And they gave away the secret of Wakanda.
Right. Well, yeah, I think that would be the. And I think the way you look at it is, I could go along with this, that Wakanda seems a little bit too technical advanced for being an isolated country.
Yeah. Which, I mean, in the comics, they're kind of the Atlantis of the jungle. They have the technology. They have, obviously the resources is what makes them the thing that is, powerful.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why they need Black Panther. To me, Wakanda doesn't need Black Panther because they've got all this technology.
Yeah.
Why do you need the hero if you've got all this stuff?
When you look at it, okay, even today's technology, say you put it in real world.
3 minutes left, so you need
put
to
it
hurry up.
In real world sense. We have the technology we have today through cooperation. It's not just one country.
Yeah.
And just imagine if we didn't coordinate and talk to other countries when you're developing stuff. Are you saying that they were secluded and they had the vibranium, which gave them all that technology? That's what they say gives them that technology.
They could mine vibranium there?
They can, and that's what gives them that big technical advantage. But if you're an isolated country and you have no outside influence, how do you get to the same technology that the outside countries have, if not a little bit better? Like when you talk about the Black Panther suit, and it's basically the newest one that Suri made was almost like a nanotech technology, which Iron Man or Tony Stark just kind of got into.
Yeah.
And they're saying that they already had it. I mean,
yeah.
The whole idea, and
that's where I'm saying I just don't feel like that Black Panther was necessary the way that they told the story for it. He is for when he comes to Civil War.
Right.
That's the Black Panther to me.
Yeah.
So when you get into Black Panther the movie, it just like why,
Okay, so like in anything else, okay. And this is kind of where I'm coming up, and this is where I'm going to explain it a little bit better because it finally bounced around in this little pea brain of mine. Why did we go to the moon? Why did the United States go to the moon? Why did the United States get into space? Because Russia went up first. Russia went up Sputnik. We put a man in space. We went to the moon because
arms race. Yeah.
Yep.
We were competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same thing. If Japan sees our technology, when they started getting into the tech business, they wanted to compete. They wanted to make a better product. Where's Wakanda's competition to get to where they are.
Yeah.
In a world.
Which in a way, I mean, part of it too, and like they somewhat talk about it in Black Panther, but you know, they're not using their technology to compete with anyone. They're using their technology to better the world.
Yeah.
And so that's where their motivation is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they are so hidden.
All right. I'm
that they may or may not even be, you know, using that. So, you know, anyway. That's my unpopular opinion.
So I think we have to end the stream now. Okay, we're finishing up right now. I had fun talking about Marvel stuff. I mean, I've always loved Marvel, and now rewatching the movies, getting back into Avengers is getting me back in my Marvel nerdness. So I'm excited to continue watching the movies and doing nerd talk. Maybe we can talk more about Marvel on my channel and all that stuff. So thank you guys for being here. We had a really fun time talking about Marvel stuff, especially when you guys have things to say and questions and all that stuff. I'm just saying all that stuff a million times, but
I'm not interrupting you.
So yeah, thank you guys for being here.
You're not going to like ask Russ.
I'm about to. I'm not gonna ask you what you have coming up.
Why not? I have a good idea for Thursday stream.
I was gonna say, what are you gonna do on Thursday now?
You know what? I think what I want to do is I'm going to dive off of the.
You can continue talking.
I'm going to dive off of the Disney platform and go to something totally else.
What are you going to talk about?
I want to talk about.
Lord of the Rings.
No. I want to talk about that most of us have not talked about at all.
It's like not Disney related whatsoever?
Mm-mm.
Harry Potter.
No.
Because Tina talks about that a lot.
I'm trying to remember what
Sorry. Hurry it up.
It's right on the tip of my tongue. The Nathan Fillion series.
Oh, Firefly?
That's it. I want to talk about Firefly.
Firefly's awesome.
Go to Firefly.
So I'm gonna have you on Firefly.
What do you have coming up, Russ?
Well, it's gonna be on
obviously now.
Saturday we're gonna talk about Artemis Fowl.
Yep.
And so it comes out this coming Friday. And I wouldn't put that fly swatter in your face.
I haven't killed anything with it.
You haven't used it yet? Okay.
No. That's why I'm putting him with it.
Yeah. So if you're gonna watch it, if you want to come talk about Artemis Fowl, watch it on Friday, and then we're gonna talk about it Saturday.
Yep.
And then Sunday Nerd Talk. So yeah.
That's on his channel on Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit right next to you, so you can't mute me without muting yourself. He's going to talk about how not to stick your hand in the subway.
And at some point, I'm sure that you'll see me and Kenzie streaming somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Thursday, we're going to talk about Firefly, man.
I've never watched it, so you guys can have fun with it.
Oh, I love it.
I love Firefly.
You should talk about Star Trek at some point.
Yeah, well, Star Trek's another one we could talk about, but that's
I've never watched it, but I know what that is. So,
we could do Marvel versus DC at some point.
I guess, yeah. I'm not a big DC person.
That might be on one of my streams.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest DC person, so I mean I know who they are, but
it's all right.
Never watched Justice League. Never. Was that a good movie?
Yeah.
No.
Right.
So thank you guys so much for being here.
I was gonna say that too. Nanu.
We talk about Mork and Mindy.
That was before my age.
And then we also have to do our Sherlock stream.
Oh, sure. Come up soon.
Got to get Dan on for that one. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. We had a great time talking about Marvel. We hope to see you in the next stream because we're all kind of just bopping around in streams lately.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
Bye.